Good afternoon, folks. Just wanted to check in with you with the latest on Lala. It continues to be a Category 1 hurricane, and the impacts will be major on Hawaii Island, especially on those southeast slopes. You can see the center of the system is still offshore, and a little bit of a wobble towards the last track that it's taking. It's being influenced by the mountains right now of Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea. Those outer bands have been relentless. We're seeing a flash flood warning on Hawaii Island, now extended until 4 o'clock. As far as the track itself, when it finally stretches away from Hawaii Island and gains momentum back over open waters, it's going to be downgraded to a tropical storm. The winds at the center is 60 miles per hour by 8 o'clock tonight, in comparison to what we're seeing right now at 75. And then by Sunday, 50 mile per hour winds as it makes that south track. How close is it going to get? It's going to be very close, maybe just that outer edge that of the eye could be impacting Hawaii Island at the southernmost tip. But you see the cone of uncertainty now doesn't include the island. It shifted a little farther to the south, but with that space we have a little bit of a buffer with the latest track right now. We could be seeing less rain in some spots, but so far a whole lot of rain with that flash flood warning parked over the far eastern end of the state along those southeast facing slopes. We're seeing rain up to even 14 to 15 inches in the bucket already. Kauai Nui Stream, almost 15 inches of rain, and we're still counting. Maui southeast slopes have seen about 14 inches. And this is what we're expecting for the rest of the evening. Still getting hit hard on those southeast slopes. You go to the other side of the island, you're asking, where's all the heavy rain? It's because Mauna Loa, Mauna Kea are acting like kind of protection for you over some spots. Hilo hasn't been getting a whole lot of rain. Just about 2 to 3 inches has fallen there. We can see that bullseye now a little farther to the south, impacting the slopes that continue to bring lots of runoff. So the most significant rain will continue with that eye wall very close to Hawaii Island, and it looks like maybe about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. We'll see if it passes very close. It will make its closest approach then, and that front right quadrant still a concern. We've been seeing very blustery winds, gusts up to about 85 miles per hour. As we move down the island chain, Maui County is still seeing very gusty conditions, and we already saw about 14 inches of rain along those southeast facing slopes. Over Mauka locations, the most rain there. And you see also protected by the mountain. We're not seeing a whole lot over the West Maui Mountains in comparison. If you look at Molokai, not as much rain there too. That falls anywhere from 1 to 5 inches. So those numbers really come down. And this is the latest what we're seeing. Now rain will start pushing in probably about 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll start seeing things really pick up. We're seeing some of the trade wind showers right now over the western islands, like over Kailua. We're seeing some heavier pockets, and the winds are really whipping up, bringing those trade wind showers ahead of the system. But as far as the system itself, with that deep tropical moisture, that'll be interacting with the islands probably mainly Sunday morning into the afternoon. And you can see some of that rain picks up into the afternoon, up to 5 inches a possibility. As far as Kauai, highly depends on how far away the system is. But one system I recall, Darby, it was so far away, but we saw some sporadic downpours ahead of the system, even though it was well south of us, about 80 miles to the south. So that's something we're watching for Kauai, because the weather models paint a bullseye again over the mountains. We could see the outer bands reach there Sunday into Monday, and we're pushing in a little bit later of Sunday now, and maybe some Mauka clouds and showers to begin with, maybe the rumble of a thunderstorm or two. We'll have to wait and see if that happens, but some heavy downpours. We call it orographic lifting. Our mountains really play a big role on how much rain we get, and we could actually see plenty of rain come into the picture with gusts up to 50 miles per hour, influenced by the wind and also influenced by all of the mountaintops that we're going to be seeing. And so the big range, the big picture shows you it's going to highly depend on where you are. South Point, Hawaiian Ocean View getting the most rain near that eye wall, and this is just a picture of some of the sites that we're seeing anywhere from only 1 inch of rain, and then it jumps up to 5 to 6 inches. So in relation to where you are, if you're protected by maybe a mountain range, not as much, you'll be in the rain shadow there. But if you're more exposed on those southeast facing slopes, that's when those numbers will really ramp up. Tropical storm force winds will continue to impact the islands, but with the center and a weaker system now, it's probably not going to be as gusty as some of the original or initial models painted early on as it makes that south track. So that's great news for us. We will be seeing it impact the islands into the night for the western islands through Sunday, but right now it's holding on to Hawaii Island. Maybe it'll jump over towards the other side by the time we get to maybe at 5-6 o'clock tonight. It'll still be over open water, so that gives it momentum to have that forward direction, and that's what we're going to be watching. We'll have continued team coverage throughout the evening. We're talking about very gusty winds into the next couple of hours into tomorrow as the system passes to the south of us. And just remember, even though the center is going to be well south of the rest of the island chain, we could still see impacts of rain and also wind. We could have some thunderstorms, and it's been quite gusty on Hawaii Island, so be careful out there.